Buddha generally refers to Shakyamuni Buddha or Amida Buddha. In Nichiren Shoshu, why is Nichiren Daishonin referred to as the Buddha in the latter day of the law? Nichiren Daishonin was born in Japan during the Kamakura period. His actions and behavior fulfilled the predictions made by Shakyamuni in the Lotus Sutra. He is the true Buddha who will save the people in the latter day of the law. Buddhism was expounded approximately 3,000 years ago by Shakyamuni, who was born in India. Shakyamuni was born as a prince of a kingdom called Kapilavastu. He was thoughtful in nature from a young age. When he was 19 years old, despite the objections of his family and others around him, he renounced the secular world to practice austerities. After enduring all sorts of hardships, he reached nirvana and became the Buddha at the age of 30. There are 4 fundamental sufferings that no one can escape. Birth, coming into this world and this life. Aging, growing old. Sickness, illness of the body and mind. And death, the end of one's physical and mental activities. Shakyamuni's teachings originate from his pursuit to find a solution for these 4 fundamental sufferings. In this respect, Buddhism is completely different from other religions, which are based on the principle of creation and the worship of one supreme God or variety of deities. Shakyamuni, who became the Buddha, expounded various teachings over a 50-year period, from the age of 30 when he reached enlightenment, until the age of 80 when he died. At first, Shakyamuni taught easy and shallow doctrines for those who had difficulty comprehending his teaching, which revealed the supreme state of enlightenment. Then he gradually proceeded to preach deeper and more profound doctrines. This process was preparation. He prepared his disciples to hear and understand the Lotus Sutra, the ultimate teaching that can lead all people to attain Buddhahood. Upon teaching the Lotus Sutra, Shakyamuni proclaimed in its introduction, the Sutra of Infinite Meanings, that for the past more than 40 years I have not yet revealed the truth. He declared that the various teachings and doctrines that he had taught over the previous 40-odd years were expedients which did not reveal the truth. The Lotus Sutra that he now preaches is the true teaching that reveals the Buddha's enlightenment. At present, the term Buddhism covers various sects. The sutras upon which Jodo, Jodo-shin, Shingon, Zen, and so forth are all based are expedient teachings, which were expounded during this 40-odd year period. On the other hand, the Lotus Sutra is the supreme teaching among all of Shakyamuni's preaching. For the first time, it was possible for Devadatta, representing evil men, and the Dragon King's daughter, representing women, to attain Buddhahood. The previous teachings expounded that neither evil men nor women were able to attain enlightenment. The Lotus Sutra is the only sutra that equally saves all people under all circumstances, no matter how grave the offense one may have committed. It then leads them to attain Buddhahood, the highest life condition. Shakyamuni made some important predictions during his 50 years of preaching. One of his prophecies in the Sutra of the Great Assembly states that 2,000 years after his death, his teachings will lose their power to save the people, and the pure law will become obscured and lost. He also predicted that, in the 5th 500-year period after his passing, the votary of the Lotus Sutra would make his advent in order to save the people in this age, the latter day of the law. Nichiren Daishonin made his advent in Kamakura, Japan, in the age of the latter day of the law. He devoted himself to the Lotus Sutra, the supreme teaching of Shakyamuni Buddha. He established the teaching of true Buddhism by chanting Nam-myoho Renge Kyo. At that time, Nembutsu and Zen were popular sects that had spread throughout Japan. The Daishonin declared to the public that these religions were incorrect. Because of his acts, he suffered numerous persecutions. People spoke ill of him, pelted him with rocks, and even attacked him with swords. When the Daishonin was 39 years old, he wrote the Risho an Kokuron and submitted it to the Kamakura government. In it, he pointed out the cause for current disasters and warned of calamities to come. He further taught the way to prevent such calamities. However, the Kamakura government refused to listen to him and exiled him to Ito in the region of Izu. At the age of 50, priests of several sects conspired with high-ranking government officials to have the Daishonin arrested. They dragged him through the streets of the city and attempted to execute him at the Tatsunokuchi execution grounds. However, a mystical glowing object shot through the sky, rendering the executioner too terrified to kill the Daishonin. Instead, he was then exiled to the island of Sado. All of these occurrences were predicted in the Lotus Sutra, which states, "The practitioner of the Lotus Sutra in the age of the latter day of the law will be cursed and abused, attacked with swords and staves, and repeatedly banished." Nichiren Daishonin is the only person in the age of the latter day of the law whose actions matched exactly what Shakyamuni Buddha had taught. He proved the truth of Shakyamuni's predictions. Therefore, Nichiren Daishonin is the votary of the Lotus Sutra in the latter day of the law, as predicted in the Lotus Sutra. Nichiren Daishonin propagated the teachings based on the Lotus Sutra preached by Shakyamuni Buddha. However, he later revealed his true identity. He is the true Buddha of the infinite past of Kwanganjo, who appeared in the world to save all humanity. Nichiren Daishonin inscribed the Daigo Honzon of the High Sanctuary on October 12, 1279, the second year of the Koan era. This was the ultimate purpose of his advent into this world. The Daigo Honzon of the High Sanctuary is the very entity of the enlightened life of the Daishonin, and is the foundation for saving all living beings throughout the hundreds of thousands of years in the age of the latter day of the law. On October 13, 1282, the 5th year of the Koan era, Nichiren Daishonin passed away at the age of 61. The Daigo Honzon of the High Sanctuary and all of the teachings of Nichiren Daishonin were entrusted to the second high priest, Nikko Shonin. They have been transmitted to the successive high priests at the head temple Taisakiji, located at the foot of Mount Fuji. Many believers take faith in the teachings of Nichiren Daishonin and carry out their practice every day.